Greetings.
Greetings.
We're going to be playing some
Oh,
Phantasy Star Online
yeah.
2,
This
the
will,
second
this
one.
will be this will be interesting.
Yeah.
Um, Bear with me, stream. I'm pretty sure this is going to be incredibly loud. I'll do some audio balancing basically right now, but there'll be a little bit of back and forth for a second while I figure out how this sounds for you guys.
I'll also probably turn down the sound as soon as I find the sound settings in game.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be playing Phantasy Star Online.
I saw some stuff, but I'm very curious about it.
Oh, the
I
getting
saw
started is gone.
getting started.
The start from the beginning option is gone.
Uh,
uh,
I'm letting mine just play through the cinematic at the start. I'm gonna. You won't be able to hear me, Craig, and also they can't hear some of the game when I switch out. But that's okay. Who cares? I'm switching over real quick.
Alright. Sound cuts out. Uh, let's just do that. Hopefully that affects everything. Because for some reason they don't give you sound settings in the main menu.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I think I saw something on the launcher, but I didn't click it. Something that looked like settings. I don't know if it was for sound or not. I think it was
It's
for graphics.
yeah, but there's no options in game, which is odd. Like it makes
There
sense to
is.
also have the stuff in the launcher, but there's no audio. There's something to change the size of the in-game UI windows, and that's all I saw. That and language options. But now I gotta create my character. Uh, I'm going on Thorn. Which one are you going on?
I haven't clicked over yet. Like I said, I'm having them watch the animatic first.
Uh,
Animation first. But I'll probably just do the same one you did as soon as I can get some audio checking done, if possible. It's kind of hard to tell since it mutes the game audio when I move over. I gotta
mm,
be
mm.
fast.
I know. I know something.
Yeah, linked account. Don't want.
Alright, whatever. Uh oh, I got distracted, but thank you for following, Pedikid. Sorry, I forgot to call you out when we got off the starting soon. I forgot. Thank you for following.
I'm thinking I sound. I'm thinking I sound all right, but it's hard to tell. Uh, God, the game is loud. All right, what did you say you were going on?
Thorn. Ship 3, I
All
believe.
right, yeah.
Uh, I guess I'm gonna be a Newman.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do too. Okay, there has to be something I can do for this audio. It's already rating me. If my
I
audio settings on my computer would pop up at any time.
yeah. I'm looking at like the
I've only hit
character
5.
types now, and the dude type, like second Newman type, reminds me of Jack and Daxter. If you're familiar with how they look.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Shouldn't have assumed. Ah, fuck.
Shot in the dark. And it hit me in the knee. Why is the volume control on my computer taking so insanely long to pop up? This is so stupid. Shouldn't be taking this long.
God, why do two of these body types have stupid hats? Oh, why was that flashing? What the fuck?
Okay, let's turn the game down to a nice 65.
I guess I'll just go with the standard. Yeah, I want to create my character. How do I, like, I want to... Oh, cool, the first... Yeah, I definitely want to fucking remove the everything but the hat. That's definitely what I want to do when I select remove outfit.
I can't see anything. Also, hi Supreme Demon Lord, we're on Thorn. Oh man, things are...
Also, man, they gave this man a thong.
Ooh, things are taking a bit
Do I not?
to show up.
Oh, okay. You don't.
What?
This character creator is gonna fucking kill me. Their presets are just wild. They have the fucking robot people as presets for any race. Like, as the head. And that's hilarious.
Volume's going to be the death of me. Alright, let's try a 50. More bearable, more bearable. Alright, yeah, I'll take the first type. Create my character.
Ooh. I love these fucking crunchy portraits for these faces. The actual models look fine, but their, like, portraits are crunchy.
Are you looking at the presets?
Yeah, for, like, their faces.
I haven't looked at those. Are they supposed to be icon text though? Because I don't see any.
Are you just in easy edit or face?
Yeah, I went to easy edit.
In face, it gives you actual, like, icons.
Okay, I wish when I scrolled over one it would show me what it looked like instead of me having to click it.
Yeah, same.
Because I done fucked up. Go back, I want the first one, yeah. I'll just, I do like their, simple editing method for, like, for moving parts around. I think it's a little easier to control than, like, Black Desert Online. Or,
Guess I'll go with
Codename.
that.
I'll just do it. I kind of already liked the face for, this character. So I don't mind what they already gave me. Gotta move on to hair though. If they would show it to me, that would be cool.
Ah, sick! I got the fucking pompadour.
I do like that I can just have a robot head.
Yeah.
The preset for a cast was pretty lame.
Yeah. You can have metal hair, called
Yeah.
Xenorph Head. And then you get crunchy looking portraits.
But can I be Miku? That is the question. Oh, that's uglier than I thought.
Ooh, those are not the best hair quality.
See what you're talking about when you said crunchy portraits now.
Yeah, right? Fucking.
I kind of like what they gave me to begin with. I don't know. So, like, base Newman is already pretty cute, at least for the girls.
Base Newman for dudes looks like Shulk.
I thought he was cute, though. I
Yeah.
think Shulk's... Oh, this short hairstyle's pretty good, too.
I guess this is the closest I can get to my Craig look.
Ooh, I can even do braids. I do like the hairstyles are, you know, there's no gender to them.
Yeah, and they don't even have an actual, like, gender when you're selecting your character. It's body types,
Yeah.
so that's nice. Here, wait, let me open a color selector so I can get the exact right RGB for my hair.
Oh, the music stopped, but the sound effects are still playing, and switching hairstyles wasn't working for a second. Okay. I can have my bangs just be so long they cover my whole head. I think I'm gonna go with the base hair. It feels so lame, but it was already good is the problem.
You feeling a bit basic?
Yeah, it's not my fault it was already good.
Right.
So.
180, 90, 42.
I will change the color. Because, I can't stand being basic.
There we go. I don't like how the eyes follow you if you rotate the camera.
That's every character creator.
Yeah, but I just don't like it in this one specifically.
It's because everyone looks so intense all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, I can make my head so big.
Yeah.
I'll go for a normal head. Alright, eye types. Let's wait for those to load in. Man, the music does like stopping. That's interesting.
Alright. Yeah, show me the eyes. We got neat eyes. That's pretty neat. Why?
I think the ones that are grayed out are race specific.
Well, no, we can get Doomin eyes. I think those might be premium eyes.
Really?
Or it might be some sort of like incompatibility since those are classic model eyes. There seems to be a weird mixture of new like models and textures and old things, so maybe there is some things that are hard incompatible.
Maybe. Pathetic. You know what I just did.
What?
I said pathetic. You know what I did.
Okay.
I feel so bad choosing like the base hair. Maybe I should go back and take another look. I wanted something cute. These are pretty cute too.
Eye detail. What is?
Ponytail is pretty close.
Well, they give you a lot of options for like how your eyes even just set, like the angle of them.
Yeah.
Then the general size. Ooh. Well, you guys do got some chunky models in places. Some of the female hairs I saw weren't the best looking.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah, they're
say.
just like really fuzzy for some reason.
Yeah, the textures and stuff are a bit. I think you got some good stuff here.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I'll probably have to, if I want like my model and all it's fuzzy, I'm probably gonna end up going with. It just makes me feel, it feels so anticlimactic to go into a character creator and just choose the default, you know? But it's one of the sharpest looking ones.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Don't sync them, I want to be edgy. I'm gonna do different colored eyes. Because I don't think I can change my sclera anyway, so,
I feel like they could use some more customization on the eyes themselves, like the actual eyeball, because well, you can change like you get one color, that's it, except for the bright eyes where you get a tinge of purple.
Yeah.
I feel like you should be able to change the inner and outer colors of the eyes.
I agree. A lot of a lot of character customizations, especially these days, let you choose up to like the limbal ring, as well as the like certain parts of the iris and stuff. I think that's just standard nowadays. I know that this one's pretty old now. I think. So I can sort of excuse them for it, I guess.
Yeah, I'll cut these guys a bit of slack, but Sega, ooh, are you?
Yeah. You guys could always make a new MMO, just saying. A new one, or make some changes to this one. You can even... A cool thing about this is that you can change, like, your eyelids positions don't have to be synced, so one could always be more closed than the other, which allows for some pretty cool expressions. It's a very common thing in cartooning. Like, always making your character have, like, a permanent smirk or grimace is interesting. It also allows for you to make a character with a lazy eye, which is, that's just an interesting thing, I think, you know? Or, like, it's not a full lazy eye, because they're not brave enough, but, I'm hoping one day, I don't know if I'd ever even use it, but it would be nice to see a character creator that lets you change, like, that kind of thing as well.
Yeah. You get sharp teeth and they're called wonderful teeth! Fuck yeah!
Yeah, that's rad. Also, big eyebrow gang!
Yeah.
They know me!
I got some DSL.
You can make it so thick it looks like it's painted on.
Adjust tongue. So you can just have your character. You can just have your character's tongue out, just yeah.
That's rad.
Like Inugami.
Oh, the eyelash options are pretty varied.
Yeah.
I do like how like you can actually see a change. A lot of eyelash options in MMOs don't make a very visible change, you know? This is pretty good. I think I'll go for these ones.
What one did you go for?
They're called the cordial eyelashes. Can
I go back?
You notice how thin my character's nose was till I got to this part. Yeah, let me
Right?
open up them nostrils.
Right?
Like, you
We got
cannot
pug
breathe.
nose.
Yeah. Our characters' faces are so flat, they can't breathe. Alright, you said wonderful teeth?
Yeah, that's what they're called, baby. Oh, and you get some choices with the ears. I'm gonna take off. I'm a functioning adult.
Spider mouth. I'm gonna go for like a permanent smirk on this character. I think I'm gonna make a real asshole.
Oh, you can still get horns even though you're not a Dooman. That's cool.
Yeah, that's just cool. Oh man, those ears. That's rad.
Telling you, you get a lot of choice with these. Do I want horns?
I do.
Yes.
That wasn't even a question for me. Alright, makeup and face paint. I'm pretty impressed with the character customization as it is.
Yeah.
What?
Look at the like old face paint stuff you could get. Like look,
Yeah.
the fucking skull.
Warrior.
Oh, customize expressions.
Okay, expressions. Let's do my smile. This is interesting. They even have it so that you can sync the vowels for like
Yeah.
a more confusing mouth shape. That's interesting. Very impressive. Alright. Angry. And yet this feels like it's going by faster than it usually does when I customize.
Hmm.
Alright, sad. Two took an hour to make you. Has it already been an hour? Oh no, it's only been half an hour. Okay. First thing.
Okay, we're not there yet. Yet.
My sad one's kind of looking a little pissed. Which makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, one of my main issues with most of the expression was just the eyes were so closed for most of them, personally. Can I just adjust the height at all? Whoa, oh.
Suspicious was already pretty good. Eyes closed. Alright, that's fine. Smile too. Ah.
God, this outfit's dumb.
The character's Link, it's nice.
Alright.
Oh, you don't like your character's outfit?
I just think the hat is dumb.
Ah.
It's like fucking cyber priest over here. Alright.
Fighter, gunner, ranger, forest, and a tector.
Alright. Fighter, that's fucking fisticuffs. That's a gun. That's two guns.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, what are you gonna do?
Here, so close range, ultra close range. The makeup for in defense.
I'm thinking, depending on what you go for, I'll probably go Tector because they do support in both close and long range.
I'm probably going fighter. I do love me a punchy.
Yeah.
I'll be Quiggly.
Alright. I do like this. You can change your class later if you don't like it. Good to know.
Sick. Going to the space tube.
An advertisement in the corner of my screen.
Yeah, we're...
Also, it froze.
System check complete. Status.
That's
all
interesting.
Systems go. Commencing ejection sequence. Standby. Reaching target coordinates in 10 seconds. Confirming final landing trajectory.
Hey, game.
Error adjustment complete. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Okay.
1. Eject.
Also, stay loud to do work. Performance mode.
Hey, what's that? It's a meteor. It's going to land
Oh,
nearby.
here we go.
I'll go take a look. Hey, wait a minute.
It's working again now. copy though.
How do you open this thing? Hello? Are you alright in there? Wait.
Down the hole. Down the hole at 2 frames a second.
Oof.
I don't actually think it's only 2.
Thank goodness.
It's not a lot.
It opened. Here, take my hand.
Well, I'm meeting a lady. Yep,
You
that
really
is a dumb
startled
hat.
us falling out of the blue. Does anything hurt? Are you
My
okay?
fashion sense hurts.
I'm Ina. And you are?
Mute. Yeah, me.
Oh, wow. That's a really nice name.
Let me through the
Well,
hole.
it's so nice to meet you. Come on, I'll show you to
Okay,
our town.
finally.
We can talk more there.
Screen black. Like a little loading thing. That everyone else can't see, but I can.
Alright.
Trust me, it's there.
Prism Knuckles. System. Options. Gameplay.
Ambient noise. Ambient noise.
And fucking dodges? Oh, that's... Whoa!
Right. I kept realizing that I didn't get to send out links because of a bunch of stupid stuff that happened.
Oh.
So here we go. Here we go.
Alright. So, is there no way to turn off... Let me double check. Wall kick, barrel drop, menu, save party settings. Shake. Well, I guess I'll just have to move on and see what happens.
Okay, strange girl, I will take your hand.
Oh.
And you are? Gives her a knowing look.
So,
Tell her my
we
name or
gotta
think
climb up
about
this
it.
cliff.
Sure,
To
here's
get a
my
running start. You can jump really high here. Give it a try.
Thanks. Nice to meet you too. Nice. They have to
A
chat
dolls
corners,
unit?
but I do miss
What
them.
is it doing here?
Oh, you go, green lady. Nice ass.
Manon!
Oh, I can double
Sword,
jump.
huh?
Yeah.
I should be able to handle
Sick.
something like this. I'm taking it on.
I can charge.
What about you, Meteor?
Nice with right. My sprint looks pretty cool too.
I'm
Turns
not
out I'm
using
just
a sword.
sick.
I'll help too.
Focus on defending yourself.
No, what way? What? Oh yeah, you're right. You were telling me to do something. Oh god, I'm so used to using right click to sprint. Whoops.
Yeah, it's just double tapping this.
I know. But bananas, it confused me a little bit coming from a lot of other games. Am I fast? I'm significantly faster than her. Yeah, no, I know about the running start. I know, I was already on it by the time you were done telling me.
Okay, and I enjoy the fighting in this game. It is quick. I'm having fun. Ah, cool, another one. Okay, maybe that's a bit too much.
And this guy looks
So this is what I had that bad feeling about, huh? Ina, Manon, you alright? Good. So, who are you?
with his sword. How should be able to handle something like that? Oh wait, suddenly voice acting's gone? I'm taking it
I'm
on. What about
Garl.
you, Meteor?
Nice to meet you. I guess
Oh.
if you just dropped down
Okay.
here, you're probably
So the voice
feeling
acting
kinda
has just
clueless.
bugged a bit, because she said that
I know
very
Manon's
late.
memory was pretty intact, but in your case, maybe not so much, huh? But we can talk about it when we get back to town. Ina, Manon, are you done gathering the rest aside?
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot.
Can I use photon arts or techniques? We'll see. I think I was already doing it though. Owie. Oh, you hit me. Oh, they've already. Okay. Down he goes. I wasn't using a sword.
Yeah, it's... Come on, guys. I'm not using a sword. I'm not using a sword at all.
Not in the slightest. Yo, I know your dad has got it going on.
Bro,
Whoa,
your
it's
dad,
pretty.
I would.
Yeah. I have so much shit poking out of my head.
All right, that'll do. We're going back to
I'm a little
town now.
clueless. I look like a 5-pointed star.
I know I did a plunging attack. There we go. Why is that so hard to do?
Alright, where are we headed?
Where are we headed, boys?
Sign works as a medical agent, sure. It's a good idea to have some before you get hurt.
Yeah, healing items. I get it.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
I've
I'm
played a
so
fantasy.
Healing
But
item.
what about you? Got any
Oh, take
experience
it.
with gliding?
Oh, gliding.
Where?
You gather photons, the energy
Oh,
in
did
your
I
body,
take it up here?
into your arms
Oh,
and your legs.
Come on, then. You
You
have to
do
remember at
that.
some point.
Then jump off from here. Even if you screw it up, it's just the sea down there.
Alright.
Go on.
Mine.
Give it a go.
Mine.
Yikes, tough teacher.
Ooh. Getting choppy, getting choppy.
Choppy off your legs.
Yeah. Oh, we're going back to town? You can tell me what to do? I don't know you, old man. You're not my dad.
You're not my dad. Oh. Another cutscene. Oh, Demon Lord says he's on the same ship. So.
Thank you for letting us know. I think we'll probably be fine, at least for now, just because this ain't my first MMO rodeo.
Yeah.
And for now, it's been pretty standard.
Welcome to our humble little Alio town. I'm sure everybody here will give you a warm welcome.
Yeah, like, if you could give me a new computer so that I could play things without it being ass, that would be cool. I'd need help with that.
Alright, I'm in town. Can I access my inventory yet? No. Please let me take off this hat. I don't want hat.
Yeah, I've been gliding all over to that in Hyrule. Oh, I also have not Black Desert, Blade and Soul. I've done a lot of gliding in that too. Don't worry, guys. I'm perfectly good at it.
This is my place.
I've
Come
done a
on
lot
in.
of gliding in my other adventures. Alright,
I'm being invited to his house. Bro, this first date is going well.
Like I said,
wow, it's a lot like the gliding in
I'm
Blade and
Garo.
Soul, actually.
I'm the leader of this town. This here's Ina. my
Not bad at
daughter.
all for a first time. It's not my first time, I keep
And
telling
over
you.
there is Matt.
Pleasure.
First of all, you're probably wondering where in the world you are. Let's start with the planet. We call this one Halpha. And this is a town on that planet
Yeah.
called Alio Town.
Ooh, Supreme Demon Lords, we're in
It's
the
a pretty
same
small
boat, huh?
place, though, as you can see.
Mm.
To the north of here is Halpha's largest city, named
Same
Central City.
rickety boat.
Central City is the seat of Halpha's government and economy. I'm sure you'll have the chance to visit it at some
Music's
point.
great, wish I could see what's supposed to be happening.
And then there are the dolls. The ones you just fought were the smaller class of them.
Just me,
Phantasy,
chat,
they're called.
and the void.
And let me tell you, us Halfans have been at war with these dolls for a very long time.
Guys, gonna be
How long, you
honest.
ask?
Dolls doesn't really seem the most accurate for whatever the fuck this jelly black creature is.
There you go. But we still don't understand very much about them,
Here
though,
we
I'm
go,
afraid.
cutscene playing.
Why do they attack us? Where do they
Laptop
come
has 4
from?
gigs of RAM and it's like 2 years
We really
old.
have no idea. About the only thing we do know
Oh
for
man,
sure is
Nin's computer
dolls are
is
our
discontinued.
I guess you could say they're just one big mystery to us. Kinda like you,
Yeah.
Meteor. Meteor.
Honestly, he's at 2 years old. I was wondering if that's supposed to be old. Like, is that considered old for a computer?
Man,
Yeah, how
is
long?
also
Up
a
until
Meteor.
like 2 years ago, I'd been using
She
the same
dropped down
model
on
from
that little island
2007,
about half a
and
year
which was
ago.
working fine. I just had to stop
Now
using
she
it
lives
because
with
it couldn't handle Windows 10,
Meteor,
and
dolls.
Windows 7 was being
we don't know where either of
fixed.
you come from, or even why you come here. For some reason, Meteor and all seem
old
to
computer
arrive
is
here
with
with
Chi
no
now.
memory of their past.
Mm.
Because like the
You
way that
too.
I had it, it couldn't handle it, but at the same time, I didn't have much
Once in a
expertise.
while,
It
there
seems
are
like she got it to
exceptions,
work,
though.
so good for her.
Like man in here.
The
Yeah.
only difference between me and the other
I'm
Meteor
hoping
is
that I can get my last
still have
computer, the one
few
right
fragments
right
of
before
knowledge
this
left.
one, to start working again.
Manon is
But
really smart.
I'm too scared to
She
turn it
knows
on
so
at this
much about
point,
machines. She even helps me with my studies.
or like to try to turn it on.
There are some
I hit the
people who
button by
have the theory
accident a few days
both
ago,
the
and it
dolls
made like the
and
beep
Meteor
sound that it
probably
used to
come
make
from the
when,
same
you know,
place.
she worked. but
But whether
I
that's
was
true or not,
it was gonna be a lot
I
of
can
work
say
to like
with
try to plug her
confidence
in
that
for the
you, Meteor,
visuals,
are our friends.
Mm.
so I didn't.
You guys have been our
But
allies
it's good to
for
know
a
that
long
she's
time.
beeping again.
That there is no doubt. Anyway,
That's the
I
funnest
guess
skip
that's
I've done
enough
in a
of
game in a
lecture for
while.
today. I'll send everything we just talked
Like, you know,
about.
just like hopping
That thing floating
repeatedly.
next to you
Yeah.
is a mag, by the way. Your mag
You're
is
inviting me
much
to
more
your place?
advanced than the ones
To
we
your
have.
house? Are you sure?
That's
Are you
another
sure your
unique
daughter should
thing
hear you
about you, Meteor.
you inviting me like this?
But we'll go into more detail on that later.
Yeah.
Hey, are you hungry?
Man, this is a great first date, buddy.
Yeah,
Oh, I am hungry.
All right. Let's get our grub on
I'm
then.
hungry.
Why don't you take a look around the town while we get it ready?
Buddy, you taking me out to dinner?
My ass is so shiny.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
Can't wait to see what the clothing options are like.
Mm.
I like my clothes. I don't want to look like everyone else.
You fucking say something to me, Dolly? Huh?
Alpha.
Out for a stroll already, are we? Everyone's so nice, we make it feel a whole no time. Cool, cool, cool. Whoa. I might have to turn down the sensitivity a bit. Look, mouse is just fucking going every which way.
I think doll kind of fits. They kind of look like they have marionettes, and also they don't seem very organic, or at least half and half, maybe. Like machinery, almost.
Do I not
The
have?
textures are so fuzzy, old man.
Oh man, you gotta get new high-res textures.
Yeah.
Is there not? I guess I can't adjust the sensitivity. Well, I definitely didn't press anything that time, but okay. Alright. Your
No,
friend.
I have perfect memory of my past. Actually, surprising, isn't it?
I just don't want to tell you.
Yeah. It's like you just haven't given me an opportunity to talk. You started this lecture as soon as I got here. Garoa, I would like to be more than your friend. To my man.
Alright, if that's like that, then.
Yes, I'm hungry. In real life and in game. I should have made something to eat. I can take a look around town.
Alright.
Said everyone's eager to chat with you. Don't be shy now, they don't bite. Okay. They don't bite, but I do. Wanna see?
Look at these cool teeth I got.
You're back already? It's okay, take your time and have a proper look around. Alright.
I think I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm having fun with movement.
How you doing?
These NPCs here remind me of Xenoverse. Not
Remind me,
Xenoverse.
Xenoblade?
Yeah. No, why did I say... What's the name of the Dragon Ball one? Boop, 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 boop. Hold on, looking at my Steam library.
The multiplayer one? Xenoverse?
Yes. Okay, I just... Right.
Yeah, nice.
Remind
What?
town there.
Hmm.
Went gliding straight into a building because I wanted to look behind me. I do like long runs on the beach. Am I able to walk? No, looks like I just run faster or faster. Your meteor from earlier, yep. Training target sorted out, give him a go if I like. Sure. I'll try your training targets. Lock on it. You, alright. What's interesting is usually like tab. Sidestep, right. Okay. Try attacking while I dodge. Oh wait. I just started attacking like that. Okay.
If you don't want to just like press X, double
Got it.
tapping also works.
Double tapping?
Yeah, double tapping your directionals give you dodge as well.
Okay.
Alright, now I gotta go find Barry.
Furry. No doubt I'm a meteor now. Oh, all meteors can fight like this? Interesting. Where do you see how I can form? Yeah.
It's interesting that they give, like, at least for me, I have a middle click attack.
I have one too, it seems. Or is that a block? I can't tell.
Mine is a, like, quick duck and then a right hook. So...
Mine, puts my, staff in front of me. I'm not sure if it's a block or an attack.
maybe it's like a counter type move.
Maybe.
Whenever I get the ability to look at my, like, actual skills, I'll... Actually, here, wait, can I look at... Nope. Cool. Hello, Barry. Yes,
Use
Barry.
charge the photon in our body and let him out. Alright. So I'm doing a Kingdom Hearts tutorial.
Mm.
How they had you know, duel everyone on the island. Well, play with everyone on the island.
Mm.
Okay, good. I have them wait a while, let the foot controls up again. Alright.
Monkey, I want to. Ah!
Oops.
Here.
Oh gosh, when you're locked. Okay, I see. This feels a little strange.
Ah. Give me a second.
That felt just a little stiff, but okay, I got it in the end. You have to look on our technique. Be sure to apply what you learned. Yep. I will put it to good use, trust me.
Okay.
Do we not have a stamina meter?
We don't have stamina, but for like specials and stuff, we have a PP bar.
I'm talking about running.
Yeah.
I'm talking about running.
But something I did notice, our
I guess I
PP
can
doesn't
run for as long as I do.
recharge if we run. So that's something.
Oh, I fell in the water. Well, we can swim and fast too.
I want to swim.
Here's my field. Alright, vegetables?
Yeah, fucking look at us go. That is quick.
Alright. Well, fighting advised weapon actions. Okay, yeah, so it's a parry.
Alright, yeah. Mine is supposed to be a dodge and a punch, but I didn't get it to work exactly right. To be fair,
I hear you over the sounds of battle just now. What'd you say?
Mine is supposed to be a dodge and a punch, but I didn't get to test it out perfectly because I was interrupted and a cat ran in my room.
I didn't get to test mine because I died too fast.
Alright.
Gonna send me a mountain of veg? Absolutely.
Veg Mountain.
Arcs defender by the name of Bosie. Find him in front of town. Okay. Oop. Oop. I keep hitting F because interaction key, but that's not the right thing. That just moves my bar.
Yeah, that's a weapon wheel. Alright, so we get to quick swap weapons.
Can't we find it? Still are. Only a certain number of red containers can be found per account. That's interesting.
Hmm.
Yep, that's the one.
Ah.
Armor. Sick. Go ahead and equip it.
I wonder if there are any more breakable boxes around town.
Gotta be, right?
Commit a violence. Oof. Oof. Ah! Itchy, itchy. Alright, Pops, I got all the shit done. Give me food and maybe a nice date.
Hey, you're back.
Dinner and
I
a
bet
movie,
you're
maybe?
tired. Why don't you take it easy here for a while?
Do you want to kiss, Garoa?
Great. I'll go check on the preparations. Make yourself at home.
Bro, do you want to hold hands?
The rest sounds good.
Just bring me
I
closer
need to
to a
get
co-op. I
player
want to play with friends.
Yeah.
And also, I want
Ready
to
for
unlock how to
refreshments?
change my look.
It's nothing special, but we put a little something together. It's a long-standing Halfin custom to offer the warmest welcome we can to our Meteoran guests. Come on, follow me.
I like this cyber tropical like town though.
We got a pretty big turnout to welcome you to Helio Town. Almost everybody in town.
Maybe I'll eat up.
Here's some for you. Well, are you ready, everybody?
They're having a party for me? I'm not the first Meteor. Do all Meteors get a party? Those places non-stop parties?
A toast.
I
to
guess
our
it's
new
not
friend.
every day.
We talked about it like they were super used to us, though.
Mm.
I imagined there were a lot. But I guess not.
Beautiful here, don't you think? You know, I really love this place. I want to make damn sure no harm ever comes to these good people. Ark's defenders. They're the warriors who do battle with
Oh,
the
I'm
Thralls.
watching
Both
the
me and
sunset
Manon
and the
are
stars
full
with
Ark's
Garoa.
defenders.
It really is a
But
date.
I know over there is still an apprentice. You know, before I showed up to that battle back there, it looked like you were pretty evenly matched with that Peta sword. Arks could use more good fighters. I, for one, think you'd make a great addition to the Arks team.
Will you kiss me if I join the Arcs team?
But look, I don't need an answer right away. See how you like it here,
Sir,
and give it some good
sir,
thought.
kiss?
Listen,
Would you kiss?
why don't we call it a night?
On the lips, please.
Maybe just a little kissy as a treat.
Well, that seems like a date ruiner.
Yeah, we could call it a night
Are
together.
you injured?
Thank you,
Oh,
Manon.
what's this? There's a storm a brewing.
Yes.
Oh!
Dad,
Storm is certainly a way to say this.
Looks like the ones earlier were disguised.
That looks like the portal in Genshin Impact. Hello, Genshin!
Don't! We're under attack! Everybody, at the ready!
Oh, that's loud. Independence Day? Where's Will Smith? Garo, you better not die.
Garo, I thought we were gonna kiss. Don't die.
No, for real, we were supposed to kiss. You better not die.
Garo, if you die, I'll kill you.
They're coming! Protect the town!
This just seems like a situation where he'd die and I'm not liking it. He just showed us around. We just fell in love. Settings to block in-game chat pop-ups and maybe in a... Alright.
Oh.
I mean,
Whoa.
and I'm sure we'll say worse things than chat ever would, but other than like slurs. Bro! I keep trying to hit my elemental attack. I just like too much of a certain game. fell and laid me out.
Whoa.
Shit. This battle really feels like something.
Oh. You better not sacrifice yourself, you asshole.
What the hell is that? Ina, take these two and run to the northern caves.
What? But Dad!
Look, we'll just get in the way here, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Alright.
Ina, let's go.
But wait. I can't.
Come on. You two.
Go!
Girl, I am not forgiving you if you die here.
Okay, I was gonna try and look for goodies, but okay, I'll run. Yeah.
Aina, I am begging you, don't be useless here. Can we please just go? He's not backing down. He's going to die here, and we're just gonna have to deal. Let's go. Aw, no, his death flags were so obvious. Wow, okay. Great job of making this feel apocalyptic. Shit. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Let's just glide for a little.
So you just
Oh,
took
okay,
that on?
I guess that doesn't work.
Huh.
Alright.
I see.
Can I be smart with my movement? Alright. This sequence is actually pretty interesting to play. That's nice.
Thank you.
Gorilla!
Oof.
Oh,
No!
good. You're back. Are you okay? The good news is that the Mag's body scan feature isn't showing any injuries.
Yeah, I'm not hurt.
I
Oh.
hate that we both knew right away he was probably going to eat it, huh?
Yeah. I mean, come on. He was hot and he was our short-lived mentor figure.
Still
And her
can't
dad.
believe
Yeah.
any of this.
Where's Lady?
Ina was hurt pretty badly. Some ARCS defenders from Central City came and took her to the medical bay a
That
little
blows
while
hard
ago.
jump.
So wait, they came and took her. Granted, I'm fine, but still, they just left the unconscious dude just here in the dirt. Couldn't have also taken us. Cool.
Can't wait to see whatever you're talking about.
We got hit by that huge doll's attack. It looks like we were
I
unconscious
think
for a
I'm
while.
okay.
The dolls are gone now, but it looks like Aleo Town has been completely... Some Arcs defenders from Central City were searching for him a little while ago. They haven't found any survivors yet.
I like my little
Well,
jacket.
I guess we can't just stay here forever. We should get going to Central City, too.
Alright. I assume Central City is when things will get multiplayer.
Happened. Yeah, just what happened, all in all.
Ah, boo. I wanted to...
I know. And they left me.
Yeah, right?
Where's Goroa? Like... Gonna go sub team or something? Alright. Thank you for joining us for as long as you did.
Thank you. Yes, video game, I understand how to dash attack. Please drop the tutorial. Did I not do it enough for your liking? Oh. Ah, I see.
Can I go back down to the wreckage?
No.
What? Lame.
Yeah, I thought so too. Man, these tutorials linger. Oh. Yeah, that was not. It just has dodge. I'm fucking running into a wall. That's something. Okay. Okay, let me try this again. There we go. Okay.
Lights, okay. I did not do the diving attacks they were talking about. Instead, I just jumped up and did a bunch of little attacks.
Yeah, you have to. You have to hold space in the air.
I thought it was funny.
Oh,
Cause like every time I did like a attack outward in midair, it stopped me a little, stopped my fall a bit.
Yeah, it's just your normal, so you just float for a bit.
Yeah. Oh, there's one. Stop hitting E.
That's Central
ES,
City,
that's not your
over there.
actual key.
Let's go.
Ooh,
Bro, this cyber wall.
yummy, yummy healing items. All here too.
Space deer.
Oh,
Okay, space deer not worth a lot. Sunny?
are you serious?
Mooney. Oh, they don't die. They just
Ooh. I don't break out of my combos fast enough to really dodge. I wish they'd give me my ranged attack already.
You can. Alright. Let's see, video.
Alright.
Okay, I cannot go that way. I was gonna ask how much freedom, and the answer is no. For freedom and of pleasure, nothing ever lasts forever.
Forever.
Everybody wants to rule the world. There's a room where the light can't find you. There's a room where the walls come tumbling
Ooh,
down.
the outdoors.
Grass. Oh, cutscene.
I guess this will be a cutscene. Okay, just pointing
You
it out.
two are from Alio Town, isn't that right?
Yeah, man, and you sound
And you
depressed.
are?
I wonder why.
My name's Ran. I'm an operator for
Yes.
Central City. Our city leader, Crawford, would like to have a few words with the two of you.
Crawford.
Please go through the gate there and proceed to the tower just ahead of you.
We'll escort. Come on.
My dogs are being loud today, and man, is it getting to me today. Okay, that was strange looking. I guess. Oh. Ah, I thought that was a... I mean, that is an interesting helmet, but... Hmm.
Yes. Although, no, I'm more or less from space, it seems. I'm not.
At the tower,
So it seems you
take the
guys are just
teleporter
chill
to
from
the
with people just falling from space, so it might as well be from that town.
Guess I don't need a passport. Yeah.
I'm in tower. What? Elevator?
Is that a breakable box on top of the gate?
Ooh, what? Ooh.
Can I make it up there? Oh! Almost. Damn it. Wait.
You... Oh, this one. I should have been paying attention. Whoa, nice command room.
Oh.
I'm very happy to see the two of you. I'm Crawford, the leader of Central City.
I am...
Manon, right? I've already been informed about you. I mean, they told me about... Well, I heard you had difficulties, to say the least.
Yeah,
I'm
difficulties.
so glad the two of you
Doesn't
managed to
look like
survive. So
it's in
very
any
glad.
problem.
Wait.
You
What
think that might be a
about
bug?
Aina?
She's being treated in the medical bay. But
That I
don't
can met.
worry. I hear it's not
Some
critical.
shop, huh?
It's been half a day since she was brought in.
And restock.
She should be starting to feel
Okay.
better soon, I hope.
Bots.
You're. You're just
Aina, you're okay?
I'm totally fine.
standing there.
Don't push yourself, though.
Thank you, Crawford. You guys.
Oh, you are lacking out on my side.
No.
You came to check on me, didn't you? That means a lot to me. And what about
Thanks
my
for
dad?
I know it's too late, but thanks. So
I see. What kind of dolls unit could have been too much for even my dad?
We're
seems it's a you
still
thing.
looking into
Sorry.
it, but we believe it just might be another doll species named Dark Falls. Dark Falls was the cause of a near-extinction level catastrophe over all of Halpha 100 years ago, too. Apparently, it was able to easily wipe out
Take
the
a
capital city
teleporter.
at the time.
Alright,
If the dolls
teleporter.
unit you encountered really is Dark Falls, then that means there's absolutely no time to lose. We have to start preparing our forces as soon as possible.
But it's being repaired. Man, nothing in this town fucking works.
And what?
Man, and this town sucks.
You three are the only ones who have ever actually seen Dark Falls. So, I believe Arx could really use your help fighting it. I know it's a lot to ask
Oh, yeah,
after what you just
we'll
went through,
stand on that.
but your aid would be
Yeah.
invaluable.
I'm in. Yes. In fact, I really want to fight Dark
Enter
Falls.
Central Tower.
I
Yeah.
want to defeat it, so nothing like that
I
ever
did.
happens again.
Go to the right tube.
Oh.
And you too?
Alright, rad.
Sure, I'll punch the big monster. That's why I'm
Wait,
here.
that's how I right?
Really?
I think, from that direction anyway.
You're still new to this planet,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
If you feel you need a little more time, I'll
I'd already
certainly
run
understand.
straight back and through it a few times, so orientations are a bit messed up.
Alright. I'll join in too.
Oh, when do I get an outfit like this guy's? Nice cape, Crawford.
Wow. Thank you.
Nice
Your
Cape
face
Crawford,
doesn't match
skip
your
it.
outfit.
So,
Yeah.
what do we do now?
I'll do you for your cape.
First, we'll need your help preparing for the next attack. And, of course,
Yeah, I
when Dark
had
Falls actually
difficulties.
does show up.
That's when we fight.
I'm glad too.
But, for
What
the
about a
moment, you should
Bit of a
rest.
time if we didn't manage to
Lad,
survive.
are rooms ready for them?
Yes, I've prepared 3 rooms.
I was knocked out for
Good.
half
I
a
want
day
you
and
three
y'all
to
just
consider
left me
yourselves
there.
citizens
Right?
of Central City from now on. When you get a minute, I'd like you all to check
Why
in
didn't
with us.
I constitute the medical
You should be
bay?
registered as Arc's defenders now. Your
Like-
bags will also act as your
God,
room keys.
like you.
Feel
We
free to
weren't
take a break
hurt, but
anytime
still,
you
we were
need to.
unconscious for half a
And
fucking
we can
day.
talk about all the rest
You can't tell
tomorrow.
that we don't have like
I
a
sent your room
concussion or
locations to your
something.
mags. Now, I want you all to
Yeah, I
take
We
got
were
s-
notes for the
unconscious
rest of the day.
for 12 hours.
Dude, I might have some drain damage.
Oh, they're right near here. Let's go take a look.
You know what happened to your dad, Ina. Let's not do this.
Don't ask stupid questions.
Yeah.
You saw the big fuck off explosion.
You saw the dolls unit he was up against. It was basically an entire craft
Wow,
on
this
its
is
own.
Really nice.
Oh shit. This is like a
Ina,
fucking sick hotel. That's just an ass shot.
Yes,
Nice.
you okay?
totally. Why do you ask?
Sorry. I'm just not very good at reading people.
Don't be silly, Manon. It means a lot that you care. We three need to look out for each other, you know?
Sure, the three of us.
Right, Manon?
Yeah.
I'm totally not
three
gonna
of us.
ignore you
Dark
when I get
Force.
multiplayer
We
and
just
hang out
have
with
to beat
Nid.
it. The three of us together, okay?
I know you wanted to beat it. You didn't do anything in the last thing.
Yeah,
Like in the
well,
last
you need like
battle.
5 training arcs.
Yeah. Menon, what will you do? I mean, I'm fine with joining the fight. It's just like, what are you gonna be up to in the meantime? You gonna be with us, or? I have no choice but to join the fight. It seems, so.
Good morning. Did you get some rest? Well, right off the bat, I have a big request for you.
I didn't sleep.
There are some basic skills I need you to acquire if you're going to fight these dolls. We have a great instructor at Cocoon. our
Listen, I
top-flight
have
training
all
facility.
my skills I need.
It can
I can
teach you
punch.
everything you need to know.
That's it.
Head over there when you're fully prepared. And good luck.
Alright. Training room. Alright, that's interesting. Whoa.
Man, registration was that easy?
Okay. Lapa.
Emergency announcement. We are
Alright.
preparing for a defensive operation
I have
against
a
a large
room.
number of
How
dolls appearing in
fancy.
the Alio region. All ARCS defenders, please prepare
More
for
than I got at the
deployment.
beginning of FF14.
Can you hear me?
At least at first.
As you may have heard, I've confirmed the appearance of several dolls.
Okay.
It appears that their primary target is our precious mining rig.
Not quite
As you
ready.
guess, the mining rig
Wow, this thing
is how
really
we
does
excavate
suck.
minerals from the earth. Excavated materials are used for city maintenance and to create equipment for ARCS
I
defenders.
can't. Okay, I'm not allowed to
The
jump.
mining
Okay,
rig
there
is
we go.
absolutely
For some reason, I
essential
couldn't
to
jump
our
over
fight
a
against the
railing, and it
dolls.
seemed weird.
We
but
usually operate it while
I guess
carefully
it's explaining
monitoring
in that
dolls'
one particular
activity.
corner.
But it's not uncommon for us to be detected like this. There are currently some ARCS defenders guarding it, but
Ooh.
it looks like it's going
Man,
to be
you
a
got
fairly
cheeks.
large-scale attack and a difficult battle. So, I wanted you to participate in today's defensive measures as well. We're counting on you.
Cool, I was told, hey, maybe we should go get some training then. Emergency! Emergency! We're under attack!
Guess that's your training.
Can I please play the game? There we go.
Please take this. I'm sure it will help.
Introducing defensive quest login bonus. Salon free pass. Ah, bro, I got a free
Let's give it all
free pass to the salon.
Well,
Oh man, if I purchase the premium, I can get 5 Chaos Emeralds by day 3.
alright, so just gotta get past the prologue.
Hey, that man's name is Berkman. I thought that said Berserkman. Okay, everyone in this town got some, like, some different clothes, so... Alright, I'm liking what people are wearing. We got some nice colors. Hello. They're all still, like, sort of sci-fi, all of them, but... You know, that's not unexpected. Alright.
Man, there are a lot of like loading screens in this.
Yeah. Okay, I have a lot of stuff now. Get campaign items? Oh, okay, this is... Just some forgiveness stuff and other such. A head crab? I'm sorry? Heh. Did you... Let me, is it in my items? Do I have to redeem it? That just has no details. No, it's not there. Yeah.
Alright, so multiplayer chat's opened up.
Alright, there we go. That hat's gone. And I can change my hairstyle already? That's interesting. Alright, so right now I'm base 10. What else will you give me?
Login events. Okay. On path. Cool.
I know, okay.
Man, everyone's so chatty in the...
Damn it.
Alright. Sorry, sometimes these are tranquil areas. Alright. Few enemies.
Alright. No, wait.
Are we able to... Communications. Friends list.
Yeehaw.
I'm not sure how that works. It's good to know these, though. Sword art.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm wearing the Oculus hat. Yeah, give me that.
I'll probably go back into town and look at what they got at the salon.
Bro, that fucking Jet Set Radio hat? Her glasses.
I'll break your legs so you will never leave and then toss you off of a cliff.
What?
Something someone said in town.
Jeez.
Wow, the salon even lets you change your body type.
A really good
Wish
salon.
that salon worked in real life.
Ah,
Alright,
okay, nice.
I can edit the character, that's nice. I was wanting to do that. I'm realizing that I changed a good bit of what I wanted to. Wait, no! Put me back in! The way their thing works is weird. I don't know how to go back to the other menu without exiting the salon completely.
Yeah.
But I didn't change anything, so hopefully I didn't use my ticket. It would be bullshit if it did. Oh, my mouse is out of sync. That was weird.
Alright.
Oh, I can be so tall. 202 centimeters. That's huge. Alright. I want my character to look pretty androgynous.
Oh, you run from me! Ooh, stuff. Meat.
Arms are fine.
What is... That's not how you open. Cool.
Hair shape. Wrong. Wait, can I be any color I want? Oh my god, I can! See, these are a lot of things that I miss earlier. Because of some stuff that happened. AKA me not getting it. Alright. I'll stick with a humanoid palette for now, I guess. It's so interesting that they have like a re-editing period. That's nice.
Please, video game. I just wanna make a friend.
Video game. If you... Yeah, I tried looking to see if we could like type in each other's names and stuff, but I wasn't. It didn't look like it, you know?
Yeah. Oh, can I just switch class whenever?
It looks like it. Or like, if you have the weapon, maybe? You know? Maybe you need to do some training, like in like in 15?
14.
14. Yeah, obviously, though.
Yeah.
Pretty obviously. It's kind of hard to get the color thing right. I wish they'd let me zoom in. Like, it says that it does, but I'm not really seeing it. It's not doing it, at least.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, I see. I see. So I have to move it back. It just says that it's the middle click, but it doesn't show you, which way to, like, do it. It just shows it as though you're, like, pressing it, you know?
Hmm.
When I tried to do it like this before, it didn't work. Maybe I just had to unlock it or something. Like, unlock it as in hitting the button.
Well, guess I'll
It
just...
does snap. Alright.
Oh!
You can make your character super glossy. Ew.
There you are.
Bro, I'm fighting a small
My
Gundam.
name's Dozer.
Good
I'm
luck.
Crawford's lieutenant. I'm kind of the Ark's jack of all trades, heading up the war against the dolls. Crawford asked me to put you through your paces a bit. See what you got.
Alright. There in 5 minutes. Up. Goons. Alright.
Oh, that one automatically changes my height. That's interesting. Quickly.
Alright, alright. Okay, what? Perfect.
Okay, hold up.
Hello, Gundam.
I'm done.
Me too.
Good work. Okay, at
Fine,
ease.
I guess I won't have those
So you were doing the same
changes.
training as us, huh?
It would be under...
All three of you have natural talent. I don't think you should have any problem taking on the dolls. Aina, your score was just as good as our two Meteorn here.
What? Really?
I've got a good feeling about this team.
I got a cowboy hat
we
on.
could even have you out there fighting pretty soon. I'll let Crawford know the good news.
Yeehaw.
Now, let's go take those dolls out. Oh, one last thing.
I don't
We
know
have
how
these
to change
facilities all
this.
over Halpha.
To back to
Each
default.
one has different training programs available, so you can work on all the various skills.
Alright, here we go.
Make good use of them. You'll need all the training you can get.
Does that mean that I can change? No, it doesn't seem like it. Can I save it now? Woo! Alright, just one or two.
Looks like
Whoa,
my
it's
timing
raining.
was impeccable.
Back out.
Join me in the command room. I'll be waiting.
Fucking raining.
Oh, geez.
Whoa, what's that?
Hello, wings in my face. Alright, where are you?
What? Fight.
What?
Fight. I'm fighting a bird. I am heading back to town. Oop, shiny.
I started heading out for a thing that I'm currently supposed to do. I need to do this. Nighttime. Pretty.
Yes, night has fallen.
Which way did I go? Oh, inventory's full. Okay. Tiny ass inventory I've got.
Did you try and pick up more of the green stuff?
I picked up my last one that got me a level up.
Yeah, we can only carry 10, it seems. Alpha reactor. Who just leaves a reactor out in the wild?
Hey. Dozer.
Dozer Bozer.
Okay.
You know, I wonder how this plays with the controller, because that was an option. I'm curious. Where's my controller junk?
Let me move.
Alright.
Oh.
Controls are not too bad on a controller.
Let's get a running start back here. Yep, there we go. Oh, wall kick, huh?
Level 4. Central City, where the ladies are pretty. Nightingale. Abyss. Carp.
Photon glide, huh? Oh.
Hello, crawdad.
Hi.
Crawfish. Shrimp. I was not reading what you're saying. Need learn.
Out.
Lots of questions. Talk to people.
That's right.
Lulin. Luhin.
Oh, I can't climb up the side of those ones? Is that it? Is that so? Alright. Oh, so sensitive.
Goodbye.
Alright. Wait, what? Why'd I drop like a rock just then? Right. I see. I got that point. So... Okay. I don't really have time for this. But I'll just move forward whatever way is possible. What? Why'd I drop?
Well done.
Teleporters. You don't know
Come on,
how
game.
they're...
You should know when I'm gliding. There we... Sort of. There we go. Onward.
And upward?
Photon.
What the, huh?
Sub palette. Activate.
Many tames inhabit this land. Okay. Take it, your word for it, little thing that said words when I passed by it. Herb. Oh, okay.
Goodbye.
Oh, go back to cocoon. Oh. Fuck! Fucking birds?
Alright. Clear.
Oh wait, could I teleport? Was that the thing I'm supposed to learn from that? I got distracted by the bird that attacked me. And I... Ah, there we go. Got some peaches. Peaches, herbs.
What's that dozy?
Huh. Actually, since it seems like there are other players in town, I'll wait by the entrance for you. I can learn how to do emotes in the meantime. Z gives me a targeting reticle. T makes my UI disappear. Yep. K sub. No, that's J. K, that's nothing. We dodge. Auto run. Map? Map is N. Okay. Interesting. Shift. Tab refocuses.
Crawford, what's up? Listen, my last date that someone invited me on didn't go too well, Crawford. I don't know if I'm ready to move on yet.
How do I do emotes? I wanna do a funny dance.
Weren't they under... What was it? Person? No. I thought I saw something labeled emotes before. Chat? No. Symbol art and stuff. Alright, you said you'd be at the entrance?
Yeah. From where you should be, like from where the cocoon you went to should.
Do you see someone named Bluesy Requiem talking? Oh, lets us know if we're in the same place. Who else is in our chats?
Anyway. No,
Alright, then I don't think we're in the same place. Meet me by the salon. Actually,
where's the salon?
It's the one that's purple.
Hmm.
And says salon.
Item lab. There's the salon. There's
I'm standing directly in front of it, so if you can't see me, then that means we're not in the same place.
Alright, then how would we change instances? I would assume that's...
How do we figure out where we are? I'm gonna guess.
Oh, okay.
Under the world option.
No, you just... What'd you name your character? Just Nin? Or...
Nin? Yeah.
Then... There are a lot of Nins. But, in communications, you want to click ARCS search. It'll probably be easier for you to search for me, because I doubt there's going to be a lot of Craigeries.
How'd you put it in? Just capital C?
Yeah.
There are two.
I gotta take care of that faker.
Oops. Guess hitting right click. X. Alright, I'll just send a request to both of you. Oh wait, do you remember your player number? Are you able to look that?
Here, wait, yeah. Where is that? 1, 2, 7, 9, 5, 7, 69.
Neither of them have that.
What?
I'm seeing PN
Oh,
586B4. Yeah.
there's 2 IDs. Alright. PN 58684.
Alright. Got you. Rad. Wait, whoops. Mail? Open. Whoa, I'm friends, so I'm friends with you, so it sent me a letter. Incredible. Alright, how do these party things work? Oh, we can give the party a name. Booty butt cheek. And a password. Streaming a password is an interesting question, game. Also, I just checked over on Streamlabs, and apparently Streamlabs has been suffering
Oh no.
the whole time, so that'll be interesting to watch back.
We probably still have a couple more actual quests, because I can't seem to... The join button, like party button, is grayed out, so... Let's keep moving forward for a little bit.
Yeah. What was my next thing? Right, I need to go meet Crawford.
Silver Tau Bell, what the fuck are you?
Actually though, I'm kind of hungry. I think I'm gonna get something ready to eat. So Craig be entertaining, I guess.
Everyone come watch my stream. You get to see me punch silver bulls. Things are so confusing. Ugh. Okay, with these types of things, I'm always a bit less talkative because a part of my brain is always like going like, what's happening? I'm confused. Or I'm just like processing stuff. Yeah. Ooh. Ah, you give me stuff. Oh! Okay. Come on! I didn't want to press that! What are you doing? Ah, come on. I'm not. God. Alright. Issues with having the middle mouse being a thing. The game will think you're trying to scroll when you're just trying to click. Ah. Okay, I'll have to redo this one. Like, oh wait, I think I can do this one. Here, wait. Tell me my sub palette. What the hell is this? Oh, that's for other players. Okay, let's try this again. Oh. Hey, Lena. Things are going good.
Greeting.
Oof. Hey.
Sounds like you've been having a rough time to me.
Yep. Fuck.
Okay.
Alright, come on.
Ah. Desk cluttered.
I'm not trying to scroll!
Stop rolling.
I'm sorry. Okay, locking on sucks.
Time keeps on, like, switching. But maybe I'm just not being conscious of my ring finger. I don't know. Feels like it switches when I try to lock on the thing. And like when I'm running around. Take a stretch. Ooh. Also, you said hello, Lena, earlier.
What?
Or was he really late? Because Ina said, welcome back, call out post on Craig not reading chat, so I'm gonna guess you were really late, but in his defense, he's fighting, sounds like.
Yeah, I'm doing shit. I'm sorry.
I walk in and the first thing that I see in the world chat is I don't want children, lol. What are y'all talking about? Like in the world chat.
I'm getting no one speaking in world chat. Guess everyone's shutting the fuck around here.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess they all know each other or something. People in MMOs will always surprise me by how much they're just gonna say. For everyone. Like, you guys know party chats exist, right? Oh, that's a cute sticker.
Okay, told me it gave me like skill points for stuff, but where do I allocate skill points?
When
Okay, I have to go to class counters. Okay.
Alright, I hope work's going alright. Ooh, ow, I hit my head. In the forehead. Ooh, what's good?
Thanks for stopping by.
Alright. Got 2 skill points, so... Alright, overload endurance.
Alright, that's not wanting to work for now. I don't care.
Hell yeah, I'm getting the automatic counter.
What do you think? Right.
You pictured... I'm sure they whispered that at least, but I don't think I saw one.
Your help is appreciated.
Okay, now people are talking in chat.
I don't think you can see their conversations if you're out on the field, so maybe that was it? Were you on the field anyway?
Yeah. Thank you for following. I cannot pronounce your name. That is the most I can make out from that name is gold at the end.
Speaking of, you remember that person who had the, actually, I'll just look back in my thing.
Yeah, the
Not
very...
there anymore.
do you not see them in yours?
Yeah, they'd followed me, but I think that they were probably a bot. Answers. Okay.
Ah, screen's frozen on their end. That's a shame. Let me check Streamlabs. I'm not getting any. Yeah, okay, the quality's good, so. Okay.
Come by anytime, okay?
Alright, let's see if I can get better at dodging today. Although, in my defense, my class is ass at canceling combos.
I have a text. Gotta answer a text real quick.
Still? Alright. And my hands are not big enough to hit both at the same time! The curse with the tiny hands continues! Oh, I'm down.
Okay, Tato.
Move, and move. Are you serious? I couldn't even see where I was. Okay, I get it at this point. I can't even see what I'm doing sometimes. I hate... Okay. I get it.
Hey.
Gathering.
Combat could use a little work. Nope, 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 nope. Why would I dodge in the way that I'm looking instead of just away from the enemy? I don't think that makes sense. Especially because in battle you want to keep your eye on the enemy. Where is that enhancer? I can't see because my camera won't let me break away from them.
Probably on their, like, the top of their back or, like,
Yeah, it
center.
looks like...
Alright. What am I doing? Okay, I'm getting meat. That's what I'm doing.
Ow.
Ugh. What? More meat. Okay.
My parry lasts for like a second.
Yeah.
Timing that right's gonna be difficult. Oh wait, when did my weapon switch?
Need to see if I can, like, rebind the weapon switch for mouse. Cause, yeah, can I? Yeah, I can just have that to be none. Okay. Yeah, cause there's like fucking 3 buttons already to switch palettes, so I don't think having your mouse wheel be another one of them should be that. Why are these animals silver?
Ow. No, come on! No matter how many times I hit the dodge button, it's not gonna go in a reasonable direction, I guess. Oh, this is a total failure. Too slow.
Alright, how do I turn off chat? I don't want to see these people. Oh, okay.
Out of the... Why even have a dodge option for this class? Why even have one? I'm gonna guess it's a class thing. But... I don't know, are combos just like that? I doubt it. Can I actually, like, attack with all the buttons that I'm pressing at all? Because all I've been doing is hitting right-click, and yet my right-click attack hasn't been working. Am I just out? Probably. It's hard to see sometimes.
Is that all the chat balloons gone?
Welcome.
Nope.
See you later. See ya.
Are you serious?
See ya.
I just. Okay.
Oh, I. It's so hard to hit the button at the right time. Now I see why there's no stamina in this game.
Weapon enhancement.
See ya.
Okay. Jesus. I need to stop running everywhere.
I have no more healing items. And I don't even know if he's half dead because he's not showing any signs of being even close. I'm not gonna be able to do this.
Welcome.
I wish I could at least stun him. And I'm down. Well, at least I can revive. Oh, is he back to normal now? Okay, so I got rid of the enhancer with that last life of mine that I sacrificed.
Great! A success! See ya.
I mean, he still hurts, but he hurts less.
Come again.
It'd be nice if at any point the dodge button would work, but that's not going to happen, is it? I can keep wishing, but it's not going to happen. Oh wait, I have this now. Done!
Can turn. Also, good job. I can turn off. Like alliance chat balloons, but I can't turn off normal chat balloons. I don't want to see what these randos are talking about. Also, dude in chat, I'm just gonna call you Gold, if that's okay, because that's the last 4 characters of your name. And I don't know what happened, but Nin beat a boss, I'm wandering around, and you're in wherever you are.
What? Who?
Dude in chat just said, what happened, what is this, and where am I? This is Phantasy Star Online. You're at your house, I assume?
Maybe at work, maybe in the bathroom.
There's a
Yeah.
suspected no-glyph presence on the mountaintop.
And
Exact number? Unknown. Increase guards in the surrounding
God,
area
that's-
as well.
Please.
I'm having
continue
a
to
hell of a
monitor
time
them.
with this
Around
game.
here, you monitor the forest.
The beginning portion's very enjoyable. That last thing I just did, not
All
enjoyable in
three
the
of you did
slightest.
exceptionally
yeah, that
well
fucking,
with
like,
training. So
enhanced
I wanna
sword
see you
dude, that
use those
fucking
skills in the
sucked.
field now.
Yeah,
We
that
just
sucked
received a
completely.
report of a great number of
And you were able to
dolls
get that done in
sighted on
55
nearby
seconds? It
Mount
took me
Magnus.
almost 10 minutes.
We'd like you to go
Yeah.
and take care of them. Of course, I wouldn't send you out by yourselves.
But
You'll have
I don't know
another
if it's a
Arcs
class.
defender
I'm
there to
assuming it's a
support
class thing because that's usually what
Wow.
affects like how your dodge
Right
and
into the thick
and
of
how
it.
your combos
Huh.
work. This
I wouldn't
class
ask
is
if
very
I didn't
it's
think
very
you could
hard to
handle it.
cancel their combos and their
I'm not
dodge.
worried. So,
One is
what
not
do you
very
say?
fast, and two does not take them
Is this
very
what they
far.
call
So
trial?
I could dodge. I could like miss the
Okay,
first time
I'm
he
up
tried
for
to
it.
hit me, but he usually had a follow up that there was
Great.
no way I was
Head
getting
to
out
the
of the
base of
range
Mount
of.
Magnus
You
as
know?
soon
Yeah.
as you're ready.
Oh,
Your
alright.
And having
Paws
that
of
thing on
gold.
his back
Rendezvous with
also.
you there.
The thing on his back has a
Good
very
luck.
small hitbox, which is realistic, so I'm not too angry about it. But it's also incredibly hard for a character to like fly up and hit that perfectly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had like so much issues trying to just like grab it. Alright. Paws of gold, and they're in their car. We're passengers. Thank you for showing up.
Mm.
We are having a time.
Yeah.
I just want to turn off.
I wish that, you know, the description for this class said that it had long range attacks. I'd love to get those anytime soon. Like today, maybe?
Battle power, armor.
Good work.
When two of you are ready, let's meet up at the base of Mount Magnus. As you wish.
How am I supposed to get high enough to land that? Why are my hands so slow?
Please just let me access party features. I want to play with my friend.
My hand cracked. Remember to hydrate, Craig.
I'll grab a drink in a minute.
You want to play with friends so I don't feel so useless. Something about the battle has not felt. That last thing and the one that I just did, aerial enemies, not my forte since I haven't given you my long range moves yet. Especially.
Yeah, I am also not good with aerial enemies. I'm just like trying to jump, just like it's like trying to punch an actual bird.
Yeah. I'm gonna take it if I can. I'm gonna take up Gunner as a side thing.
Yeah. I guess I'll do side quest. Collect materials. Am I seriously not unlocked like partying yet? Like, come on. Anyway, Fantasy Star Online 2. When can you play with friends?
I said after the prologue.
Yeah, but I want to know when that is.
Mm.
Yeah, whatever. I can punch some rocks. Oh, see you later, Pause of Gold.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for following. Redbox, what's in? I have to beat up barrier pods to get this box.
Interesting. Okay, so for each class, you do. It looks like you start at level 1 for it. Yeah, which makes sense.
And as a fighter, I get access to actually 3 weapons. So, what's your current weapon?
My current weapon is the short staff thing. I don't remember its name. My loadout doesn't. As a Tector, my applicable weapon. Shut up, tell me the name of the weapon. Whatever a Tector uses, that's what I'm using. It's like the base thing. It looks kind of like, you know, do you remember what the Matoi tech thing, that staff that he uses? Looks like that.
Alright.
Like a mace almost.
Here, wait. Let me. Oh, plant. Let me go back to the class person, because. Actually, no way. I should be able to just tell it in.
Alright, so I need to know, like, were you able to get weapons at the class person? Because I just changed, I just put in some points.
No, but I assume, like, somewhere in here there's probably an armor salesman or whatever.
Thanks for stopping by.
Class lady.
Come by anytime, okay?
Wait, arms mechanical engineer Radmeg? Who's that? Mechanical engineer, oh, that sounds promising.
Salon,
Where are
personal,
you?
item shop, item trader. Let's check item shop.
Welcome. Oh, there you are. Yes, I would love to know what you're doing here.
Alright, at the item shop you can... I think you're using wands. Like, that's your class.
My class is Tector.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I know, I didn't finish my sentence.
Rod, wand, rod.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Drop
which
in
one of
again
these has the
sometime.
highest attack? Can I get one? Oh wait, no, I have no money. Oh wait, I do have enough money. Gimme. Wait, that's the back button.
Oh, so here's my suggestion. Definitely rebind the scroll wheel. Because while it's hard to use the dodge thing, it's even harder when it keeps making you fucking like also switch your like loadout.
My dodge doesn't rely on my middle click.
I thought that's your like parry thing.
Yeah, it parries, it doesn't dodge. Which I've tried to use both because avoiding damage is avoiding damage. Parrying is just hard to do on time. So I don't use that. I'm guessing that I think scrolling does affect that, so I probably will change it. I'm just saying that it's not my dodge, you know?
Alright.
My dodge is just it's the X key, which should be easy to get, but it's not for some reason, having to do with my hands. Like, I can hit X just fine generally, but having to like it's a bit weird with the way that like the rest of the combat in this works. My hand doesn't really register it as well, I guess. And when I do hit X, sometimes it just straight up doesn't work, or I'm caught in a combo and my character's not budging anyway.
You're here.
Because
Are you ready?
my combo takes forever to finish, it seems. So it feels like I'm stuck in one place. I should probably just try experimenting with dodging mid. Yeah, no, I'm doing it right now out on the field, and it's not. It does a dash attack, which is fine generally, but not when I'm dash attacking right into a big hit. You know what I mean? I didn't pick a very hardy class because I wanted to be able to heal us when we were finally able to play together.
Hey,
Yeah, which, God, this is taking far too long, personally.
You're fine.
Oh, good. Where's the support
I mean,
person?
I don't think that I should be able to
It's
see everyone
me.
else's conversations before I can join a
Dozer.
party.
Yeah.
Looks like I'll be joining you three.
I'm fine with seeing the
I'll
chat
explain
and
the
world
mission as we head
from
out.
on my end, just because people can say funny stuff, so that doesn't bother me. It gives me something to talk about.
Yeah, I get it.
There are dolls known as Noblesse up ahead. Our mission is to take care of any dolls we encounter on our way up the mountain.
Of course.
Someone's like making sure everyone knows about, I think their sister's illness.
Jesus.
Yeah.
God, I'm so fucking bright.
Trial start.
This bird part is going to be so
Whoa.
hard. I have to collect all these different kinds of meat, and I really don't want to.
Just don't go for the birds.
Yeah.
Avoid bird.
Yeah.
The bird is bad. Hey, Wolfie, attack me. I want to see if my dodge thing works.
One more.
Whatever.
Oh, did I hit you? I didn't mean to. I was just hitting a box.
Trial start.
Oh, I'm
Excuse me.
fucking sorry.
Can I not do the trial? Or is the trial going to follow me? Well, that thing can take down all at once, but I did not intend to do a trial, therefore I don't care. So. You can tell me I failed if you want to, but I, again, don't care.
Ah, come on. Bullshit.
Success.
You guys alright?
Yes, I think so.
Ah, more birds.
I feel like I'm following along. Oh, did I run right past it? I sure did, didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, it was cool.
Trial start.
What? Oh.
These girls have so many demands. Does every new recruit have to run so many errands?
I need to see if I can adjust the sensitivity. My fucking mouse is just going wherever it wants.
Success.
Sega, yeah, it's such a good promising start with that, like the character creator, but your gameplay is a bit,
So that's no cliff?
I'll give the signal to attack. Now remember, stay on your guard. 3, 2, 1, attack!
I feel like there were some sound effects.
The beginning of fighting felt very good. Like, fighting exploration felt pretty good, but
Yeah.
it started to wear a bit.
Which is very upsetting. I had such high hopes.
Let the 4 legs fool you.
Whoa.
It's got a tricky attack. Just like a Phantasy.
Trial start.
It's not the worst MMO I've ever played.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're really doing very many gameplay changes this late into its life, so it's a little disappointing. Character customization was good. The beginning segment felt pretty good. But it's taking too long to get into multiplayer. The combat starts to get a bit stiff and a little whack. They have sensitivity and volume issues.
Yeah.
Little. I don't think I'm an expert on MMOs, but I have played a lot of them. And
Got it?
the textures also would need a little work. Ow!
Yeah. Some of these textures are a bit crunchy.
There was a very sharp, loud noise just now. I hear her.
Get back! Manon, keep your eye on Ida. You, come with me.
I'm gonna let this cutscene play through, and then I'll probably wind down. We've been going for over 2 hours.
Shit, nearly 3. Well, let me finish this boss. See, I think the main problem with the combat is like ties back to the other problem. The multiplayer like being like unavailable for like a bit. Like, because now that I'm fighting with like NPCs, it doesn't feel that bad anymore.
That was the case with like the NPCs from before as well. That's probably why the combat felt alright.
Yeah, but when we're just like supposed to do something solo, it doesn't feel too good.
Yeah.
Like, everything feels the best when you're doing stuff as a party.
Makes sense. It's an MMO.
Yeah.
But they're taking a bit too long to get to them for that part. Just showing us the chat and stuff doesn't really cut it.
Yeah. If anything, that makes me feel worse. I was like, oh, cool, I get to see all these randos, but I can't play with friends? Cool, cool, cool.
But, I think on my side, at least, I'm going to find it down. Oh, I just saw being able to see all these people. At least for final. This is free. But, yeah, if you enjoyed, we'll probably be streaming something again tomorrow. I'm betting. Really. Other than my morning stream, I'll probably stream something else. If you enjoy the art and you can wear it on your body, you can go over to Redbubble, help out it. If you want to support us, we have a Patreon as well. 18 plus, that gets you access to a Discord server where you can chat with us. We're actually going to be watching a movie in like an hour and a half. What else? We have a public Discord server that's pinned on the Planetaria Twitter, and you can also follow my Twitter if you'd like to see more of my art. 18 plus. All that said, safe space travels.
Safe space travels.
Everyone feels afraid during a battle. It's
I
nothing
meant
to be
go
ashamed
into yours.
of,
Well,
but that fear has to be
because I don't have
overcome.
Google open, and
If you are going to continue this fight,
it acts weird.
I know.
Well,
Close your eyes.
if anyone's still in my chat, I think I can still.
What's the first thing you picture? That's what you're fighting for.
What was your thing again?
Okay.
What was your thing
Got
again?
that?
I can do it for radio slash.
I want you
Although I
three
don't-
to return
yeah,
to
yeah,
Central
yeah.
City and
Yeah.
report to Crawford.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm off to tackle some more dolls.
We'll escort.
I'm impressed by what I saw here today.
Let's go report.
I forgot that's my sound.
Hello.
Oh, right.
I see a bunch of glowies up here. Oh, it's monkeys and robots. Uh-oh. Maybe I should have thought about what I'm doing.
Thanks. Who has time for thinking?
Fuck, that was bright.
Looks like you're having an easier time with the mine level. Well, I didn't get through all these. Do you have anything with you now?
Whoa. Damn it. Alright, fucking gun boy. Hey, you gonna do something? I feel like that dodge needs a bigger window. Come on. And there's a monkey holding a rock. Monkey fucked up.
Down he goes.
E. For eliminate. Fucking stretchy McStretch. Not who I'm trying to lock onto. Ah, there we go. Ah! There. I need to get rid of these lizards. Is that all the lizards? One more. Alright. Alright, Axeman. Oh.
Lizard Thunder sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Ah, come on.
I think it's weird that space is your plunge attack, but
Yeah.
it feels weird. It's like clicking is your attack, right? So would it be?
What? Okay, that's... Ah. What the fuck is that? Is that a fucking horse? A doll horse? Dorse? Ugh.
Looks majestic.
There we go. Just had to waste up all of my special to beat up that bird. Oh, you're still here? There we go.
Sure.
Go, run. Alright. Let's get some more complaints out of the way. It feels like I have to use healing items every 5 seconds if I want to do any, like, stay alive.
Is the exact reason why I chose a class that's supposed to do healing, but haven't gotten that close to that yet. I find it weird when the first two things that classes like that can do aren't one, a ranged attack, and two, healing. I do find it refreshing to have like a melee be one of the first things that I have on my bar, but I don't know, I wouldn't be able to start with 3 like basic skills, you know what I mean?
Fuck.
It's not like I'd be rapid firing like a gunner.
Oh. You went down surprisingly easy for something so fucking big.
Well, you know what they say about things that are big. You know.
You know. Ooh. I think the higher I plunge from, the more powerful the attack should be, and the bigger the shockwave. From what I've seen, no. The plunging attack seems to have a very small shockwave. Well, not very small, but smaller than I would think it should be.
Yeah, this is our comprehensive game review.
Yeah, here's... I'm a professional reviewist.
Yeah.
This game, mediocre.
Yeah. Started out strong, but... I mean, even the beginning wasn't like the strongest either, to be honest. It felt like something that I'd play for a while and enjoy for a time, but as much as I hate to say it, I doubt I'll be opening it again.
Yeah.
Like, as much as enjoyment I got out of it versus the amount of space that it takes on my drive, not a good ratio.
Yeah.
But it's free. That much is true. I mean, there are better free MMOs.
Yeah, there are. For anyone else who's like interested in this game, if you have like 3 other friends and you're able to be like put up with this like really lengthy prologue, like why is it so long? I guess it could be bearable.
It's not unbearable for me as it is, but it's less fun than it could be.
Yeah.
I could get through it generally, but it doesn't run well. Its controls are a bit janky. I don't.
Yeah, I still haven't found a fucking like sensitivity tool. Like, look at this shit. I was barely moving my mouse. Like,
if you're the type who likes like a sensitive mouse, then I guess it's not as big of an issue. But or like if you're the type who's like a corpse on your mouse, for me it wasn't too bad unless I was in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, it feels the worst during the fight because I usually like, in a fight, I might panic a little bit, so I might over do a movement to turn towards an enemy. And overdoing it a little too much in this game is getting a blur of colors for like a couple seconds.
And for me, having a sensitive mouse like that while I'm trying to fight when my dodging was already messed up. I mentioned before that I felt it weird that your dodge matches it. Like, I know that like in general for games you go where you're looking, but I feel that that's a bit different than like dodging where you're looking during a battling instance. You know what I mean? Like, it felt very strange to me. Because I would want to be keeping my eyes on an enemy. That doesn't mean that I want to dodge right into their stomach.
Yeah. The lock-on felt a bit... What's the right word for it? I have... It's probably one of the... I'm trying to think of the right word without saying the worst, because it's not the worst, but I can't think. It's not that good. I am not an eloquent person. I don't know how to say words, but there have been much better lock-on systems, and this one's just I don't know.
That's not you. My own critique of the lock-on is that it doesn't, for me at least, it felt as though it wasn't good at keeping track of a single enemy, and also a lock-on is supposed to have it so that you're always focused on your enemy, yes, but it was a bit too rigid in that aspect where it felt like my battling radius was constrained. It felt like I didn't have many other places to go. So in the end, for that one that I was having a hard time with, I ended up just canceling my lock-on until I could break his enhancer.
That's the same thing I did.
It felt like I couldn't dodge away in time, partially because my view and my my battling radius were constrained to being only a few meters away from him at all times. It felt like I couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like he had me on a leash rather than me having him in my sights. The lock-on gives your enemies more control than you, in my opinion. Which I wasn't a fan of.
Ugh.
There are a lot of enemies in this game that it's almost necessary to have a ranged attack, but not every class has that at the very beginning. And trying to get to certain weak spots, especially for flying enemies, or enemies that are much, much bigger than you, which, by the way, I love fighting things that are much, much bigger than me. But, not being able to reach those in a way without having to jump up a million times and being able to like completely miss too is a bit disheartening in the middle of a battle. Especially because everything hits so hard at the very beginning. Which I'm not really a complaint from me, because I've said it before, I like a bit of a challenge in these types of games. But if it hits very hard and I feel like I can't, like there's no fair way for me to get away from it, that's just frustrating, not fun. It's like it hit like twice as hard as I did. And I wasn't able, it felt like I wasn't given any leeway, you know?
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty okay at blaming myself when I feel like I've done something wrong in a fight in like these types of video games, just because I know that I'm not a perfect gamer. But I don't want to blame myself if I don't feel like I've had any other options. I'm alright with saying, hey, I'm probably just bad at it, but it didn't feel like it in this case, you know?
Yeah. Another thing, like we said it a little bit ago about aerial enemies, but like just aerial combat in general does not feel good. Like it, instead of having your own distinct movements in your air, it's just your like ground combo, but a few feet up. It doesn't feel like I could do my fucking like sway in the air, and that I feel like I shouldn't. It just doesn't seem right. I feel like the move set should change a bit more when you're in the air.
I feel like it shouldn't keep you so stationary in the air when, like, I'd mentioned before how I found it funny how my character, when I jumped up and I started attacking, my character would just stick there as though they were, like, pinned to that point in space while I was fighting. It was funny at the time. It was very irritating when I was trying to dodge midair.
Yeah. And I feel like dodging doesn't give you enough iframes.
Yeah.
Like, the dodging window is so tiny. Like, there's very little leeway to like, you press it a second too late and you're halfway across the fucking map in a fucking Yamcha pose.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing. Getting up, it took a bit long.
Yeah, it felt like
every time.
it took forever for my character to get up. Like,
yeah, I was so worried I was gonna get hit again and go right back down. The revive taking 5 seconds felt fair, but getting knocked down like in the middle of an instance without like being knocked out didn't to me. If like I mean, for the most part, it seemed like enemies would kind of stay away during your get up animation. At least that's how it felt for me. But
that doesn't hurt. Like, that's you're still on the floor for like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, not being hit while I'm down. I'm still down on the fucking floor.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel good.
And the moment you get up, your first worry is that you're going to get hit again, which makes sense. But then it goes back to your earlier complaint about how it feels like you have to use revives every 5 seconds.
Yeah, which, like...
You can only carry up to 10, which that's a weird thing for an MMO, only having 10.
Yeah, like, they're everywhere, so it's... At least, like, on the map, like, on the world, and in that, like, the last area I was doing, they were at least, like, around, but in the fucking, like, boss, in that boss, again, yeah, in the cocoon against the enhanced, blade, there, you just got some at the start, and then they're done. It's just like, here's enough to stock up. Oh, you want some more when you're fucking getting your shit kicked out of you? No, I don't care. It's...
Ugh. I don't think this game is horrible, but I think it could use some revisiting. Maybe give us a Phantasy Star Online 3, and I'll see how I feel about that one.
Yeah.
There's another thing. The textures, dated.
Yeah, the textures.
They tried to use older textures from an older game, I believe is what it was, right?
Yeah, like, this is Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis, but it seems like there was an original Phantasy Star Online 2. So...
Yeah, they didn't remaster those textures, and they really, really should have, because it ended up making it feel like certain things, you really only had about 6 or so options for the new version of the game.
Yeah.
Because everything else was so fuzzy.
Yeah, like, the new hairs, they look good, yes, but you have so many old hairs that, like, they're so varied, but they all have, like, bad textures.
Yeah, they had so much potential, but they're all very low res.
Yeah, the textures are bad, everything is, like, clipping, just a bundle of clipping hair, like the old stuff.
Yeah, that was another thing. I noticed during some of the cutscenes, NPC models themselves would just be clipping all over the place, which is an interesting choice. I mean, that's pretty much unavoidable in 3D games like these. Like, even Genshin has them, and I would say that that's pretty high end on the graphics scale. But like one of the girls who was wearing like a headset in the controller in like that room, her hair was going all over the place when it was interacting with her headset, and I don't think that that's something that should be in a cutscene for a finished product. Like, even like in Genshin, you'll have earrings clipping into like pauldrons and stuff like that. It happens.
Yeah.
That's almost unavoidable if you want the game to actually work. But there are limits, you know?
Yeah. Clipping is like usually unavoidable unless you want to have a lot of hassle getting everything, like all these dangly bits to interact with your model exactly. It will be too much work, but...
Yeah, but at the same time, there are, like, standards.
Yeah. I'll cut you some slack, but this is too much, man.
Yeah. I would give that. If I were to like put that on a grading scale, I would give them a B minus.
Yeah.
Maybe
Overall, there are definitely worse MMOs. This is not a bad game, but it's definitely one I'm not gonna come back to. After this, I'm gonna uninstall it and do anything else.
I wanted to see if like maybe the long range combat was better because we both picked short range characters, or at least I thought I was picking a mid range thing, but I didn't get my long range ability for the entire 3 hours I played.
Yeah.
So I don't
know. maybe I'll try it again and like pick a gunner.
Yeah. It seems like that's well, I mean, I would say that, but like the default weapon that they give the hero is a sword, not a gun.
Yeah.
I would say that it seems like this is the type of MMO for people who like gun classes because of how like high tech and stuff it is, but the main character canonically would use a sword, not a gun.
Yeah.
So,
also, that is just like, it doesn't really take so much to put your custom weapon in it.
Yeah, and you can put our appearance. I would imagine that would be harder.
I'm just more disappointed than anything. I'm not like upset at this game. I'm just I was looking so good, but
yeah. Hey, it's not the worst free MMO. So hopefully, if you were into what you saw us playing, this didn't discourage you too much. But
well, we may not have found enjoyment in it. If you do, good for you. I don't want to take that enjoyment away from you, and I hope you can continue playing that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like Desert is a one-time purchase now. It's no longer a subscription. If you were curious, anyone. Also, Terra is free. There's some clipping issues in that, but unavoidable. And it's very pretty. And the combat is pretty great. I'm surprised they hadn't streamed Terra at all yet.
Man, but, you know what? I gotta say, since we were like talking about other things, I love Final Fantasy 14, but having it be a purchase and a subscription, that's fucking
yeah.
Just if you're gonna charge a subscription, just charge the subscription.
Yeah.
Like, or have it like. I hate like premium things, but like still, if you wanted to like monetize the shit, you could just do a premium thing. I don't.
Yeah. But again, if you want a good free MMO with a bunch of character customization options and a very nice fantasy world, Terra is a good one. Black Desert is a one-time now. They just put out their new class. There's also, if you don't mind not being able to customize your character, Elsword Enclosers and Soul Worker are all free and they're very fun. Elsword gets more fun as you go, but the beginning has a lot of new options for new players because they're reaching an anniversary and they're adding new job paths, the 4th path for every character. Elsword's looks so cool. Like himself looks very, very cool, so I'm excited to see what they do with everyone else. I'm probably going to be doing a stream on Elsword like soon. But because they added a new character, Noah, and he's like a star-based one. And I actually played him a little bit. He's pretty fun already. Their characters just get better and better, but they don't leave the old ones in the dust. It's I would say the most dated things about Elsword are just the very beginning is a bit repetitive because that's how they used to release bits of the game. They've since changed, but you wouldn't be able to tell that if you were very new. And the character models for the first few releases are they're behind with Elsword's like new art style. Their art style didn't change a drastic amount, but you can tell the difference between like the first character model and the last one in the way that styles have sort of shifted as they've like gotten new character art and stuff like that. Yeah. But their events are very fun. They have I think that the story in Elsword is intriguing. It has a mediocre anime if you're into that.
Oh boy, do I love a game accompanying animes.
Yeah, I didn't watch it because I play the game. But I've heard that it's okay. It's pretty okay. It's an interesting time. A little forgettable.
Mm.
But I would definitely suggest Elsword was probably I think no, Adventure Quest was my first MMO. But Elsword was my first like one that I had to download.
What was my first MMO? Like, if we want to go like the general MMO type, the most like just like a basically an online chat room that's technically a game, you know? Like, actually, no, wait, no, wait. I think my first MMO might have been Fusion Fall.
Right.
Because when I was a kid, I didn't think like anime was like dumb or anything, but it wasn't definitely like one of my main interests. I was really big into anything Cartoon Network. I see Ben 10, Samurai Jack, any of that bullshit. I'm just like, oh, I am there. Ow, I hit something. So like when Fusion Fall came out, I was fucking on board.
This is our podcast, by the way, where we talk about games and cartoons.
Yeah, this turned into a podcast. That's why it took us to the table room. I'm done playing fucking Phantasy Star.
But yeah, first MMOs. God. But I mean, you can tell Elsword is good because it's my first MMO, and I still think that people should play it. Adventure Quest as well actually had a new thing that I think everyone should start playing. Adventure Quest 3D. Not bad. It was actually pretty fun. Leo, Craig, and I played it one night together.
Yeah.
Just a bit of it. We haven't opened it since, but not because it's bad, just because we haven't had time.
Yeah.
I think.
I remember Fusion Fall had a like a fan like resurgence, and Cartoon Network being a corporation took it down, and it fucking killed me inside.
Yeah. Oh, corporations.
Fusion Fall. How?
Looking at my menu, it does remind me also. I said if you don't mind not having character customization options, there are actually quite a few like outfits and things like that. And if you like work hard, you can get some pretty cool some pretty cool armor and stuff for basically as long as it took you. That's the price your hours. But they do have like a pretty good store that has an interesting revolving series. It's like almost Maple Story-esque, if Maple Story didn't let you change like your character's overall appearance, and every character has their own story in Elsword. But speaking of MMOs that I liked, Maple Story 2, come back to me.
Yeah, like because it's just the like US like server just shut down, right?
Yeah, technically we could go play on Korea's, but I liked the story in Maple Story though.
Yeah, like I guess it just wasn't popular enough, but it felt like too early for everything to just die out over here. Like, it felt like we barely had a year.
Yeah. It was sad. Like, their last post on Steam is from March 2020.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Anyway, time to uninstall Phantasy Star.
Yeah, I need my space back.
Dude, that's like 100 gigs.
Yeah.
God.
This game is too big to not give me like 3 hours of enjoyment. Which is, again, such a shame because the first hour was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then I was like, when am I gonna get to play with my friends? And
a good start, and then
combat so whack.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the combat felt so weird was because it's meant to be played with other people. It just took way too long to get there.
Yeah, that too. Like, it's this is a 4-player MMO. You're meant to play with friends, and they give you basically a 4-player dungeon as your second thing, as your second like required cocoon, and like it tells you, oh yeah, you can have 4 people in here. We don't let you have a party though. Fuck off and come back later. And it just gives you such a difficult fight.
Mhm.
And I was like on level for that guy, and it
Same.
feels like they just hate you for everything.
I hate to bring up Genshin again, but that was something that at least for me, Genshin, it's like a very good game to co-op with. They let you do a lot of things together. There are still a few complaints that I have about what they don't let you do together. But when it came to like getting to multiplayer, to me it didn't feel like too much of a slog at all, just because it, at least story-wise, it made sense why I couldn't play with other people just yet. Opening up the world didn't feel like it took too long for me. Everything felt like it made a bit more sense than just, hey, this is a 4-player one, just so you know, but also you can't have anyone else with you. At least for Genshin, it was like, you need to start out your story and get all your shit together so that you're not a nuisance for other people, basically.
Well, since I got in much later, like my perspective a bit different for Genshin, because like they do like, you have your like first required quest, and then the world like Mondstadt and Liyue just kind of open up for you after that. Like,
yeah, almost the whole world is your oyster right away.
Yeah, and then you can just fuck around until, what is it, 15 for co-op?
Yeah, 16.
60, and like that
Yeah,
like comes like really fast if you like explore it a lot.
Yeah, if you do like the main thing that the game is, exploration, then you get to 16 in like a couple of hours to a couple days, depending on how long your average play sessions are.
Yeah, like I played for like 2 weeks, and I already caught up with an inn. Like
At least for locations, not quite levels yet.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, like they don't restrict where you can go based on your character's levels. It's based on like bits of story that you've completed. So you could go through a bunch. I think the lowest that you could be to get through everything is adventure rank 30. Adventure rank 30 could probably still make it to Inazuma.
Yeah.
They'd get beat up, but they'd get there. Because the levels for the for mobs are based on your adventure rank generally. So Inazuma level enemies for someone ranked 30 would probably be around level, I'd say, level 50 to 60.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be hard, because you're technically not supposed to be there yet, but that doesn't mean you can't be. And they also make sure that you can level up very quickly. In Phantasy Star Online, I felt like I was leveling up pretty slowly. A lot of MMOs, usually the first 10 levels or so come easy.
Yeah.
But I was struggling at level 5.
Here's another thing. I did get to level 7 like before we finished, but I didn't feel any stronger. I didn't feel like I gained anything from leveling up.
Yeah, the power, like the leveling up, it doesn't feel very rewarding at all. Compared to like, I remember every level in like 14 to me felt like it mattered a bit. It felt like I was getting closer to something, and certain levels, like I don't think that every level in any MMO or any like game like this gives you a big reward on every level that you make, but they managed to make it feel like bit by bit you're working up to something, and like you can feel the power creep, you know?
Yeah, like for 14, it wasn't like I gained a thing every level, but it was like I was leveling up fast enough where it felt like, oh yeah, I'm getting stronger. I can handle stuff,
Yeah.
and I at least got enough rewards like for how much effort I put in that I felt like, yeah, this I believe I've done enough to get what I've earned.
Mm. And speaking of 14, I've mentioned before for everyone else, like I bring this up whenever we talk about like what kind of characters that we're picking in MMOs and games like this in general. But when I play these types of games with myself, I tend to pick a ranged DPS or something like that because I don't like getting hit and I like doing a lot of damage. And generally, I tend to like to play support with other people, or I like to pick at least something that can heal myself if I'm playing by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So my newest campaign, I'm running a what am I doing? I think I'm doing a Thaumaturge. No, I don't remember what I'm doing. Yeah, I think I'm doing a Thaumaturge. But I got a healing skill and a damage skill as my two first things.
Nice.
Which just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to own like the first time I played Black Desert was before it went through the huge overhaul that it's gone through now. And you should have heard me in Call with Craig. I felt like I couldn't do anything. Because I didn't really have any damage dealing skills. And I was getting the shit kicked out of me because I wasn't able to play with my friends quite yet. And it felt like it was going to take forever to get there because I kept on getting my teeth kicked in. But I think that if you're going to have a squishy class, they need to at least have a healing skill that works on them and a damage skill that they're able to apply to outside enemies. It's even better if that damage skill is AoE, but it doesn't have to be if they're like DPS. But so for 14, it really felt like I picked exactly what I picked in Phantasy Star Online. A ranged a damaged ranged damage character who can heal. I only got half of that in this game. I only got half of what they told me I was going to get. Even Black Desert got a little bit better with that. I ended up getting both this time with my new campaign in that. It's I don't know. I feel like if you're not going to get your healing skill for a while, or if it's going to take more than a couple hours to get there, I don't know. Maybe they should have just been a pure healer or a pure damage dealer. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I feel like those kinds of skills are something that a character should just have if that is their path. At least 2, maybe 3 skills at first is just standard, I think. And while we do have 3 skills, or at least I started out with 3 skills, they all felt pretty much the same. And like they weren't changing at all as I leveled up.
Hmm. I wanna play more 14, but I can't like do the subscription each time. Like,
yeah, I just got off of the subscription.
I'm it's not too expensive, but for my level of income, which is too much work for not enough pay, and I don't have a stable sense of income, $15 is a lot. So if I want to play 14, I have to be like on it for that month.
I've wanted to play it more and more, but it's a bit hard for me to stream. It likes to. Last time I tried to stream it, it did this like weird flashing blue and orange thing when I tried to record it. So I haven't tried to stream it since then because it gave me a headache.
Yeah.
I could probably try it again, but at the same time, having this voice and streaming certain games can get scary, which is why I haven't streamed a lot of games. You know what I mean? There are a lot of really not nice people on Twitch sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't tend to get them. I I've only had that kind of interaction maybe once or twice, but once or twice is too often for me to feel comfortable playing games with really big fan bases like this, where like everyone stands out when they stream it. Like Genshin was fine because you can kind of blend into the background, and
Yeah.
no one, there's not really too much that anyone else can like tell you about your own game generally, because they don't know where you are in the world and stuff like that, unless you're doing unless you're only streaming story missions or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I can make observations on what I need for myself, and no one can really tell me otherwise. Especially since I've been starting like from the beginning. It's very hard to backseat in a game like Genshin, but for games like Final Fantasy, just Final Fantasy in general, there are a lot of dude bros, especially since it's such an old franchise. There are a lot. And I'm not gonna say it's always men, but it's almost always men. And when they hear this voice, they go rabid.
I often think of, like, whenever you bring this up, I often think about the like a post I saw where some dude asked his sister to like wear the headset while he played Call of Duty and just say shit while he fucking kills everyone just to piss everyone off.
Oh, that's a good idea. You should try something like that soon. I just take control of your chat.
yeah. I stay silent the entire time, but I only play and you just say shit.
Yeah, that's another thing. I've been wanting to try. I've been thinking about getting into some FPS just because I like how they look. I wanted to try playing Apex or Valorant because I think that they look nice, and I don't know. I wanted to try something that I'm not good at. But man, our FPS community is insufferable. I mean, they're so hard to talk to a lot of the time, or at least it can feel that way. Some communities are just more intimidating to get into.
Yeah. For FPSs personally, I like to stick to more like co-op shooters. Like I don't like Apex or like anything that has a like, they're not exactly competitive, but they're a player versus player focus. I'm not good with.
At least for those types of things, you have teams.
Yeah.
So there is that element.
Just personally, I find it very easy to get mad when there's another person I'm against. I don't know, like I can still get mad at like a computer, but I don't know, it's much easier for me to like just easily direct all my anger towards a person I don't know, and that's bad. I don't like doing that. So I often try my best to like avoid that type of thing. Like I mostly play Halo, which isn't the most competitive, but there's also a good amount of co-op things. The campaigns are either like 2-player or 4-player, which is fun. And in some of them, there's a firefight, which is just a player versus like waves of enemies, and I love doing that. Like you get a good group of friends you can communicate with, and you just try your best to survive as long as you can. There are some game modes though that I find they are low enough stakes that I won't be like upset, because I think it's whenever there is a focus on just the combat of the shooter. Like if it's just like, oh, get enough kills, I'm probably not gonna have fun with that mode. But if it's like a secondary type thing and everything else is just like defend your team, basically, is like why you're fighting. It's much more enjoyable for me. But that's just how I work. I got brain.
You do have a brain.
Yeah, sadly.
I I don't think I'm very even tempered particularly either. I'm glad that personally I don't get too angry at other people when I'm playing. I get more angry at the computer, I guess, or when I feel like the odds are stacked against me in an unfair way. Because like I'm pretty fast to blame myself for not being good at games because you heard it here first, folks. I'm not much of a gamer, like at all. I barely know how to use, or at least that's how I grew up on an old on a PS3 and a bit of PS4 before that got taken away from me. And sometimes I'll use my mom's boyfriend's Xbox. Don't tell him. But I barely know how to use controllers at all. Generally, just because I was mostly relegated to PC my entire career, and even then, I didn't play a lot of actual games on them. I mostly just, well, I say actual games, but that's not completely fair to the browser game devs. You guys are doing a great job. I'm sorry, but I played a lot of those ones where you just gotta click and click and click.
Yeah, Flash games
I'm a
were
lot
that
better.
baby. Rest in peace.
Yeah, but I play a lot more games now, and I'm getting a lot better at them, I think.
Yeah.
But I have adopted an attitude where it's like the first thing that I want to judge is my own skill, not the or I guess lack of skill, not the game itself. I find it like I don't want to assume that my lack of skill is what is not the thing that's dampening my own experience. I basically put all my effort into getting good at it instead. But so when I feel like something is unfair, like the dashing in Phantasy Star, that gets me angry.
Yeah.
But then I get more worried about being a drag for other people in co-op or in in versus experiences like Apex or like FPS in general, especially since I don't have very good dynamic tracking with my eyes. I have very bad eyes. So much so that like my optometrist was worried that I was going to go blind at some point, like too early.
Jeez.
But so I tend to put that stuff to my own like physical limitations. And I also have very shaky hands, which I've mentioned before, that only get worse if I have like tea or coffee, or tend to. And some days I just wake up with shakier hands than others. Sometimes it just depends on how well I slept or if I slept.
You gotta get a stabilizer.
Yeah. I actually use a stabilizer for a lot of my pieces because my hands are just so shaky. Some of the pieces that I do like from far away, if you zoom in, they look like spaghetti. But
your edges were cut with those fucking squiggly scissors.
Yeah, like you know how they say don't hate the player, hate the game. I hate the player, not the game. The player is me. But if I don't feel like I did anything wrong, then I hate the game and the player. So I'm luckier in that aspect in that I can play those kinds of games without getting too upset generally. I don't tend to rage quit because I have my personal motto is games are supposed to be fun. If you're not having fun, stop. I don't like getting angry when I can be like, I don't like getting angry and having that just hover around me for the rest of the day. I remember we used to play. Actually, I kind of been wanting to play more Splatoon.
Yeah.
It's so
Splatoon's fun, but I need to get better. I take it too seriously, and I don't. It's not fun that way. I hate that about
it. It's one of those things. It's like it's easier when we're on the same team. But That's not always going to happen with the way that Splatoon's queuing works.
Yeah. Fuck you, Splatoon 2. Splatoon 3, give me party. I want to play with my friend each time. I like talking with my friend and saying funny things while we're working together.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Like being able to like tell each other where to go and like what we need and stuff just makes the game that much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
So being on different teams, it takes away half of what makes it fun.
Yeah, yeah.
And it gives us more, like we're able to focus on the bad parts more.
Yeah, like if we're working together, we can communicate well, and that can alleviate like. Whoop! Here, wait. I'm gonna mute myself. Okay, I gotta be right back real quick. But here's my quick leave off. Splatoon, just let me play with my friends more.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
So chat, it's you and I and you. Didn't expect this to turn into a game review podcast, did you? Me either. This happens sometimes. I don't really have anything to say. I do think that Phantasy Star Online could have been great. It could have been great. But there are just a few too many issues with the way combat works. When they want you to do so much of it by yourself at the start, but they make the your abilities very party centered. It's not a good matchup. Like I would rather play something like Tarot or Outsider. It's totally possible to do it all alone, but then you have a party option as well. They gotta work on the dodge. They have to. Hey, come back. I run out of things to say. Come back to me. When Craig comes back, we probably should wind it down. Cat came in the. Okay, I hope Craig knows. Kitty. Cat. He knows.
I don't think the cat is actually picking up on stream, but
Nope, they are.
oh, they are. Okay.
I thought so, but now I don't know. Actually, depending on how good your noise suppression is, never mind. They were very. I heard them very loudly. I should correct that. I wasn't listening to you. I was listening to chat to this. But that does make me think. We have like 40 minutes until the next movie. Should we start winding down?
Yeah.
With this impromptu podcast.
Our fucking game review.
Yeah.
Just cat.
Gibby.
She was trying to fucking steal my food earlier.
Yes, like cats do. What, you didn't give it to her? You didn't assume that she'd want it? Prepare her a fancy plate?
No, man, I'm trying to have my fucking taco stuff, and she's trying to like, spicy? Spicy.
I like spice.
You won't get my burger. It's my burger, cat.
Burger. Yeah, we should probably wind it down.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining. If you enjoyed, follow all those links.
Yeah, follow the links. They're all down below.
Yeah.
Buy a t-shirt. Support the Patreon.
Etc. Etc.
Or donate to me so I can get new Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
I want to play the Nintendo Switch so bad, but come on, Nintendo. Your Joy-Cons are ass. Why do they cost so much?
Seriously, it's just like a bunch of plastic.
Yeah, like it's too much for it. How poor they are.
Yeah, mine have been. I guess I just have Joy-Cons made of steel, but I think that controllers in general shouldn't cost that much.
Yeah.
I wonder. I should look at all the different parts that are part of a controller and like do the math to see what the unit, like what it would actually add up to.
I got a GameCube controller like that was $20 for like probably a good 10 years ago now. You know, I was quite young. And it still works to this day. These Joy-Cons, which I've owned for a year or two, they don't.
Yeah, did you know single Joy-Cons can run to $50 a piece?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Single ones? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Cat, you hi.
Yeah, Polygon has an article that says the pricing on Nintendo Switch accessories is a bad joke. What is going on? Is the subtitle. Like,
Nintendo, you are looking worse and worse, my friend.
yeah.
I remember when I saw ads for the GameCube, and you guys hit that bitch with a sledgehammer. They fucking dropped like a GameCube from like 50 feet, hit it with a sledgehammer, and then they plugged it in, put in Twilight Princess, and it started fucking playing.
I don't understand.
Those were some fun ads. Alright, we got sidetracked again.
Yeah. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for watching. Support, please. And safe space travels.
Hey, space travels.